What's up, humanity? Pray all is well with you all. It's Uni from Sacred Walks by Uni. And yes, I am in nothing fancy. I am just in me, in body, spirit, just in life, I'm just in my behind the scenes when I'm not in the studio right now, but that's not what we're here for. We are here for a quick message, all right? The message is, what is going on with the energy out there in the world? Man, I don't know about you guys, but I am picking up on a lot of just angry energy, just in the world, period. You cut on a TV, it's anger, violence, negativity. You talk to the man to the left or right to you, which I don't do a lot of, but when you do, all you hear is politics, the lies of the devil, the illusions. All you hear is the distractions. The Nolan Wells case, rest in peace. Sending nothing but love, peace, and light out there to his parents, family, community. So amongst that, and amongst other stuff that you don't hear about on the news, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's just so much distractions. And have you ever stopped to really sit down and ask yourself why there are so many distractions? Well, I did. Let me share this with you. When I chose to remove myself from this world, and I mean the surface part of this world, the paradigm of the false world. Some call it a matrix. Some call it a false reality. Whatever it is that you want to call it with your titles, there to distract you from becoming your greatest version of yourself. It is literally there to distract you from the purpose that we choose to call God. There you go again with your titles. Most High, Yahweh, whatever it is that you want to call the source of all living things. It is distracting you for the purpose it has for you. If you are so worried about what's going on in Mississippi, if you're so worried about what's going on with this war with Israel, Iran, if you continuously be busy with distractions and situations and matters of others, you will never get to where you are trying to get to. And I know some people say, oh, well, you'll still make it there. You may be delayed. That's not true. 80% of humanity, some just don't make it there because they continuously choose to listen to and watch the distractions and be wrapped up in this angry energy. And this angry energy that is going on in the world now, this ain't nothing new. I call this the Viking energy. The Viking energy, it's an energy. It's oppressing. It likes to oppress. It likes people to be miserable. It likes to be the center of attention. And when it's not the center of attention, it will make itself the center of attention, right? It's like this energy I call a toddler having a tantrum. Enough. So we know. So now that we sit down with ourselves and we ask ourselves that, is there a reason for so many distractions in this world? So when you sit down and ask yourself that, Source will give you the answer. And yes, there is an agenda. There's a reason why. Because again, that energy, the owners of the false matrix, what they choose to call demons, archons, the fake elites, the watchers, the Nephilim, ooh, whatever you want to call it, call them. It's not as powerful as Source. It's not Source. And because it knows it's not Source, it wants to play mind tricks on the human race. Yeah. Let me put them in a program. Let me constantly keep them distracted. Let me keep 80% of the black nation. Let me keep 80%, at least close to 80%, 90 something percent of the black and white nation in a racial war. There's a reason behind that. It's a paradigm of its own. The yi and the yang. It is playing out something in our faces. Two powerful forces, the light and the dark. How can they create a physical war this way? How can they create a physical yin yang? They take the dark nation, the melanated nation, they take the nation that is less melanated, and they create that program for it. Black versus white, darkness versus light, making it seem like the nation of the melanin is evil and dark, and making it seem like the white nation, less melanated, is of light. But let me explain something to you. That is a false ideology. It is a spell, and you all are playing right into it. Everybody is playing into that. Every nation, 95% of humanity is playing into that orbit of racism, racial paradigm. Another distraction. So they have tried to create racial wars amongst the white and the blacks, which again are false titles for both nations. There you go with your titles again. Not real. It is a program that they created, and they have tried again and again to create a race war, but they have failed. They failed. If you don't notice why they keep doing certain things over and over again, or reacting certain situations over and over again in your face. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Even Carmelo to a certain extent. All of them. I can go down to Emmett Till. When you keep seeing the same situations play out again and again and again, there's an agenda behind that. That's because they're going to continuously try to create a race war. But they are failing because these ideologies are falling. The world is changing, meaning that old ideology of racism, that old backward thinking, it is leaving the DNA of the white nation and the black nation. There you go with your titles again. Those ain't even right titles, right? I'm just saying this so you can know what I'm referring to. It's a program. It's a distraction. For example, if I continuously chose to stay in an unhappy space, that means I choose not to grow. When I chose to grow, when I say, hey, yo, something is wrong with this. Something is wrong with this. This can't be my life. This cannot be what Source had in mind for me. I started to realize that I was also in a program. I was sold a program. Again, I just told you, when you start to see these same situations and these same little plays being reacted in the communities that look like me, physical body, because I'm spirit, baby. I know who I am. But why was everybody, most women around me that look like me, were only prone to having kids and being desperate for a man? Being married, being submissive to everybody else other than self, bringing kids into this world with no guidance, choosing not to level up, choosing not to bring financial literacy, education into my family. If I chose not to realize that, then I would still be stuck in that program. in that distraction. I'm going to tell you the truth. As a woman on this earth in physical body, I did not enjoy being pregnant. It took a toll on my body. There were nice moments, rubbing the belly from time to time, being able to have a longer vacation and usually some days off from work, the program, another program, the work. That was about it. But I was uncomfortable. I missed having my space, sleeping to self. It was a lot on my body. It took a toll on the chemicals in my brain, my endocrine system. It took a toll on me from head to toe. So no, I don't find it rejuvenating to have babies back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Distraction from who we truly are as woman, divine, feminine energy, intelligence of this earth. Or they had another program, BITCH, WITCH. 2 words, same meaning. Another program, especially this is for the new generation of young girls. I can really just speak from girl, woman, because that's who I am in this physical experience in this lifetime. But for the younger generation, Hot Girl Summer, that's a whole program for you. For example, the men in my community, I'm raising a son. Oh, the programs for them. The penitentiary, prison, jail are 6 feet under in a coffin. Example, program of the rich white kid in America. That's a program too. That's another distraction for those babies. They are still children of God, of the Most High. I don't like to use that word. That's another video in itself. But still children of the Most High. But that program, they were supposed to enter that program, stay in that program, to be neglected, to be raised up as narcissists, to be praised and grandiose type of energy, who thinks their crap don't stink and think that they're the elite race above all. That was a program they was fed. That's lies. Same thing. Again, we jumping back into my community now. Another program. That we are an elite race and better than everybody else out here. Lies, lies, and more lies. We are an ancient race, but it doesn't make us better than nobody else. We're not elite to no one but self. We knew that. Let's get back there. We had a certain type of love for self that radiated so strong that it radiated out to others. Another reason why that nation probably was not liked a lot, because it just couldn't be received. These are conversations that we must have. These are distractions that we must not play into anymore. These are paradigms that you must leave. That's a quantum leap. That's growth. Quantum leap is growth. I don't know why we out here making this difficult, right? We out here separating science from spirituality, spirituality from science, science from religion, religion from spirituality. It's one thing. Many titles create chaos, confusion, and distraction. So again, what's that energy out there? It's very angry right now. It's very competitive. Because it's working. It's doing something. It's feeding. It needs to feed. How does it feed? It feeds and gets full from all of your fear, ignorance, and willingness not to grow. Example, I'm a horror fan. I know I spoke about this in one of my other videos, okay? But I am a horror fan, and one of my favorite movies of all times is Stephen King, It. Stephen King, It highlights what evil and good is. In this movie, in this book, because it is a book first before it was a movie. So read the book first. If you want to dive deep into Stephen King movies, read the book first, then go into the movie. But it represented evil and good to its fullest. If you want to understand what evil and good is, I swear to you, watch the movie It by Stephen King. The clown Pennywise represents the energy and the spirit of evil, an obstructor to living. Because when you take the word evil and spell it backwards, it's live, L-I-V-E, E-V-I-L-L-I-V-E. It obstructs the willing to live. It oppresses the children of the Most High through sin. Pennywise fed off of fear. Evil feeds off of fear. And that's why it says that in the Quran, to not fear no one but the Most High. Because when you continue to fear, you will continue to feed evil. And you are also a culprit in what is happening in this world today, when you choose to feed evil. So this message really is to also to 80% of the creators out there on YouTube. I love you, my brothers and sisters. And I know I don't have 200-some thousand followers, you know what I'm saying? But there's a reason for that. It's because my feet are on the ground moving. I'm actually in the communities. My hands are on people. I run a wellness facility. So my time is there versus here. Okay? So, but this is for you. You're feeding people a lot of fear. I ain't gonna drop no names. I ain't gonna do that because I respect y'all creativity. I respect y'all and I love y'all. But stop feeding fear. Stop feeding fear. Stop feeding the people with the war. Stop feeding the people with so much negative news. They already see it on the news. You gotta feed them that shit too. Stop feeding them so much of the case. Nolan Wells, stop feeding them that stuff. Because what you don't fail to realize is that what you're doing is you're helping the agenda. They become more distracted and they can't focus on themselves, man. What can you do about that Nolan Wells case? Now, this is true intelligence coming straight from source to you. Nothing. Nothing other than what source is going to do. So if you think for 1 second that that young man and his family would not be vindicated, oh, they will. It's called karma. And it has nothing to do with this physical justice system, which is another program created for all. Programs within programs within programs. Distractions within distractions within distractions. You can't do nothing about it. We all know, and I'm coming, listen, I've experienced in Savannah, Georgia, another racist state. You can't do nothing about it. These people, especially in Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Virginia, they are in their own orbit and fishbowl. Just like the military. What goes on in the military stays in the military. What goes on in these racist little towns stay amongst these people in a racist little towns. I am going to do my own opinion. I'm going to do my own video on Nolan Wells' case, which is going to highlight the accountability on everyone's part, including the parents, right? We all have to take accountability when we walk amongst any lifetime. That is the start and brink of any type of healing. And when people are forced to face their truth, they're able to heal. So this is a station of truth. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, hop off my station. And that's that. But you can't do nothing about it. What you see on the news, you can't do nothing about it. So all you're doing is feeding it. It. In the movie, they call Pennywise it. You're feeding the evil. Stop. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Stop allowing to absorb that stuff, because what your cells, your body DNA absorbs, you become. Now you so wrapped up in this nasty energy. Focus on yourself first. Matter of fact, here's the correct divine order. This is coming from a divine feminine intelligence, one that is in solitude, one that practices celibacy on a regular. So I'm pure. When you can have that one that eat and pay attention to what she eats and who she's around, people, places, and things. So pure antenna. Focus. Here's the divine order. Focus on source. Source comes first. What we choose to call the Most High, God, whatever title you want to give, source. The dual energy. Well, that's another video. Whatever you want to give it, you have to give gratitude to it first. Your submission goes to source first. Then it goes to you. So your focus should be on source. Your relationship with source. Yourself. The love you have for yourself. Taking a deep dive into you. Taking a look at your life, your manifestations that you created unconsciously. Because I promise, when you start consciously creating, it's a different world out here, baby. It's split right now. And I'm trying to get more over here to us. 5D. Let's go. 5D. Let's go. We sacred. We clean. We have values and morals. So what's next, right? Before I end my video, we got submission to source, self. Then it's purpose. Because without purpose, without purpose, you can't give nothing to your family nor your community. So purpose is next. Then comes family and community. Source first, self second, third, purpose. Sacred Walks by Uni. If you need any type of mental health advice, any type of help with your emotional regulation, any type of help with the psychology of the world, understanding the energy you are in now, the orbit you are in now, the timeline that you are in now. If you just need help in understanding the pain you are going through now, physically, mentally, emotionally, this is what we do at Sacred Walks by Uni. www.SacredWalksByUni. We give yoga, meditation, massage therapy, Ayurveda, nutrition, counseling, as well as just being a friend. We have retreats and hikes. We are a community. We are not a capitalist business. We are a community. We guide and we lead. There are no sheep over here and no seats for sheeps. All right. So again, purpose. That's my purpose, is here to give you guys feminine divine intelligence, which is heavily, heavily needed on this earth. And I'm going to explain that in the next video that I'm going to do, titled, There Are Two Women Walking This Earth. Thank you for your time. Again, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. I know a lot of times I don't say that in the beginning of my videos, but I don't care. You know, the purpose of me even doing this is to reach who is supposed to be reached through this video, right? So that's the main focus. My main focus is not for you to truly like, share. It's just for you to just listen in the present moment. Now that the video is ending, please now like, comment, and share, because if you don't share, others can't get this valuable information. And it's valuable. It may not be glittery, gold. I don't have all the makeup on. I'm not all, but it doesn't matter. I gave you valuable information. Stay away from a lot of these creators that are feeding you fear. Because as long as you remain in the fear energy, you'll remain in the angry Viking energy. As long as you remain in the angry Viking energy, you'll remain in the low vibrant 3D energy. As long as you choose to remain in the 3D low vibrant energy, you will remain in purgatory. As long as you choose to remain in purgatory, there's always a chance for you to rise up. So I'll leave this video with that. Start tomorrow with something new for yourself. Do something different and dynamic for yourself. Stop a bad habit. Stop an addiction tomorrow. Take a step to stopping an addiction. Help with that? Meditation. We have virtual classes. Comment. Hit me up. Ask me whatever it is. But again, I love you guys. Again, please, like, share, comment. And stay away from these distractions and this fear. Stay away from that and go more into self and source. Stay blessed. Stay well. Stay in peace.